concept is silly, it's ridiculous, it's a waste of time. They didn't want that's why they were so successful. That's why they got away.
Made a living in very dangerous.
This is really an integrated blend all sides.
Dianne Andrews in black and white.
Welcome to Dianne Andrews in Black and White, and I'm your host, Dianne Andrews. Thank you for being in here with us, whether you're in our 3 million homes and television in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, 50 parishes in Louisiana, and 3 or 4 counties over in Mississippi. It goes from 3 to 5, depending, over in Mississippi. And when we film in D.C., we're also on in Washington, D.C., also in Houston when we film over there. So thank you again, and also our YouTube and Facebook, all our social media handles will be on the screen. So tune in on us there if you missed us on TV or you're in an area that you can't see us on television. Last week, we did a second show on vaporing. And I told you that we would bring in some vapors to show you and tell you their true stories on why they believe vaping saved their life. Gregory Williams was with us last week, and he's back this week to talk about his journey with vaping, a little bit more about his journey. And Brittany and Brian Uzun are also here to talk about their journeys with vaping. In fact, they own an e-juice store, vapors. What's the name of your vaping show?
It's called Legacy Vapor Co.
What's the name of it again?
Legacy Vapor
Legacy. And you're in Mandyville, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll start with you all then and tell us your journey in vaporing. How did you get into it? Did you meet vaporing or y'all smoking?
No.
And man, how did you meet?
We actually had met before we actually even vaping technology was ever thought of. So I started smoking when I was around like 12, 13-ish.
Is that the normal age, Greg? You said the same age.
Yeah,
That's about 6
I
years.
think so. I mean, that's whenever, I think as an
That
individual.
preteen thing, I'm grown, I want to be
Yeah,
cool.
that,
as
and you
said,
start
Greg.
getting into the more social aspect, and I mean that's how a lot of people start smoking is socially. But I really started picking up whenever my parents had started going through their divorce, and so through social, with friends, family issues, picked it up.
So do you think the vaporing and in that being cool stage, because they were getting a divorce, you felt more of an alliance with the kids then?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a social thing. Everybody's doing it. The nicotine aspect of it. It has its benefits. Everybody talks about the buzz. Obviously, when you're under a lot of stress, it has stress relieving properties. So it's a multitude of things. But I mostly started it as a kind of like a stress relief type thing. Something to get away from all the life issues that were going on.
And the problems at home, especially.
Correct.
Did they get a
Correct.
divorce? Did they finalize it?
Yes, my parents got divorced, but yeah. So that's when I started, and then 19th birthday, I had actually started coughing up blood. I was smoking Camel Menthol, the green pack of cigarettes. I had started coughing up blood around my 19th birthday, and at that point, I was like, I cannot smoke anymore. I just can't.
Had you been coughing, shortness of breath?
Oh,
maybe in that
absolutely.
19?
And I was working construction out in the field at the time. Had terrible time, climbing the stairs and whatnot.
And you were 19 years old?
Correct. Yeah, I had been smoking since.
Had you been to the doctor? No, just been.
No. Yeah, I hadn't been to the doctor and whatnot. But after that morning of coughing up blood, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Had several friends that had successfully quit smoking with vaping technology. I went to a local brick and mortar, vapor store. Got me a little pen set up, something similar to this. This is more, this is like 9 years later, so this is like the advanced version of what I got that,
So what's the difference in that and this?
So this is a disposable device. There's a battery in here, has a tank that holds the nicotine liquid solution.
You can't put much in there like this one, right?
No, this one's pre-filled from the factory. So it comes pre-filled. You use it until it's empty, until there's no more remaining liquid or the battery dies, and you throw it away.
How much does that cost?
These average around $9.99.
And how much would this reusable cost and handles more liquid?
Something like that would cost around $100.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, the reusable stuff, it's a little bit more expensive, but, you know, it's
How much will that? How long will that last you? 'Cause
about a
they're saying-
day.
Just
So-
a day.
Yeah, so this
That's $10 a day.
yeah, so this is essentially $10 for one pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. Is that what cigarettes cost? About 10 or more
I have
now,
no
aren't they?
idea.
How much are cigarettes?
I don't even pay attention to
Yeah.
smoking.
I think
idea.
cigarettes are going around, you know, like
$7 or
anywhere between like $7 to $8,
Oh,
depending on
okay. Yeah.
brand. In
And if you
Louisiana
smoke one
right now.
pack a day, it's almost the
Yeah,
same.
and that's what I was smoking, you know, upwards of a pack or a little bit over a pack a day whenever I'd transitioned to using vapor products. But
And Brittany, your journey with it, and how did y'all meet?
We actually met through a car club that we were a part of 10 years ago. But I started
And were
smoking.
you already vaping when you met? Were you both of y'all vaping?
Nope.
no, I had started vaping
And then he got
before
me
her.
into it.
But you were
Yeah.
a smoker.
Yeah, we both had smoked. You know, and like Ness said, you know, we were in that car club. Everybody in the club smoked cigarettes, so it was a huge social factor.
And today, does everybody still smoke, or how many have changed to vaping?
Probably
most
about more
have.
than half of them have switched to vaping.
Yeah.
They actually shop with us, and I started smoking when I was about 16 years old, and then I'm a little bit older than him, so on his 19th birthday, he came home, and then about my 23rd birthday, I decided that I wanted to quit because he had already quit, and I went and got me a setup and haven't smoked
Were you
cigarettes
sick
since.
also? Were you feeling
No,
bad?
I didn't smoke menthols or anything like that.
Is menthols worse than other? You said you said the name of the manufacturer.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
menthol. I guess.
Yeah, the menthol cigarettes tend to be rougher on your lungs.
Yeah.
You know, they due to the added chemicals.
But you
that
didn't
are
have
in them.
COPD or
No,
anything.
I hadn't gotten to
You're
that
younger,
stage.
You hadn't gotten it yet, but
I
the
believe-
blood, and was that coming out of your lungs, you think, or where?
Yeah, absolutely. There, I had, you know, pretty much I was right at that point where I was probably going to develop, you know, lifelong damage. And, you know, to this day, I don't have any.
So the
wheezing.
blood, seeing that coughing up the blood is what changed your trajectory with cigarettes.
Correct. I noticed it. You know, I had an uncle that passed away when I was a child from, you know, lung cancer. You know, all of my family smoked cigarettes or used to. Most have, you know, switched and completely quit smoking cigarettes.
As we
due
said
to
earlier,
vaping technology.
150,000 people a year, and 90% they believe are from smoking, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
140,000
Absolutely.
people a year.
But yeah, so you know, from there, you know, 8-9 years later, however long it's been, I lost track. But I don't
But
have.
you turned it into a money-making venture, so
Yeah, I mean, we did. You know, so we started a business.
Yeah.
You know, because we saw the success we had, success with friends, success with family members, and that's my drive in life now is to help people get off
right.
of
So you're
cigarettes.
helping people, and you find a way
Correct.
to have your
Yeah,
make
and-
your own living. So that's a good
Correct.
thing.
We still do our day jobs, things like
Yeah.
that. So.
Yeah, but yeah, we started the business in tune with, you know, we did another way to, you know, to just, there's only so much you can do as an individual, you know, with spreading your message and everything. When you have a business, it helps to, you know, broaden your range of what you can actually do to help people. So, you know, outside of making the money, that's not really what I'm in it for.
Right.
I am in it for when that smoker walks in the door and they walk out an ex-smoker.
That's
my
yeah.
drive in
And
life.
most people that are successful, I remember I worked for IBM. I was telling Paul Blair and Greg and them that I had lived in New Jersey. And I was with IBM up there, and they did a study of all the employees and asked what was the number one reason they were there. Was it for making money? And that's never was the number one reason that people, good people, do things because you want to help people at the end of the day.
Yeah,
And I was in healthcare also.
yeah.
So, yeah. But some people do have that, it's all about the money. I know a lot of nurses who work for me, it was all about the money.
There are, you know, and I mean, it shows sometimes, you know, but
Definitely.
that there are a lot of good people out there.
I wonder
that
about
are
our
in
politicians. A lot of them, it's all about the money,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So what do you tell people when they first come into your store and about getting, and they're, you know, conflicted, okay, I still want to smoke, I tried the patch like Greg had, I tried this.
I mean, if you go to it, you know, at a whole, you know, vaping will be successful for any smoker to actually quit smoking, but they have to be honest with themselves if they actually want to. What I've come to discover with, you know, people that aren't successful with quitting smoking with vapor products is because they're not really ready to give up the cigarettes. They just enjoy smoking too much. And there's been studies that have been published that 25% of the world's population that smokes will never give up smoking cigarettes, even with the existence of vapor technology.
I'm going to give you an example of to go along with that. My director of nursing, I had a home health care agency, and I had 70 employees. In 2016, she was diagnosed with stage 2 lung cancer. And she never stopped smoking until the day she died. She died 4 months later of stage 4 lung cancer. And stage 2, you can usually beat. And I said, Claudia, why do you still smoke? She said, because this is just a path I was given.
Yeah.
And when she felt the same way as she died, and that's the 25% that you're talking about.
Yeah. The smoking's very much deeper than just the nicotine addiction.
Yeah.
It's very much a ritual. Your life revolves around it when you smoke
But
cigarettes.
you don't think they would feel, the same kind? What did you think, Greg, when you had to go off something in the hand as a cigarette versus this in the hand as a device?
I felt actually comfortable with it.
Some people don't, though, is what you're saying.
I didn't have the cigarette in between my fingers or whatever. Now I got something I can grip.
And, I've never dated a smoker. Because I can't stand it in my hair and my clothes, and I have allergies and sinus. I'm always sniffing like a little dog anyway, and it just made me uncomfortable. Even my first husband was a gambler, and he would try to take me to the casino. I wouldn't go because there's so much smoke in there. I couldn't breathe.
Absolutely.
And even as an ex-smoker, whenever you're around smokers, you can
You know
who is smoking. You can smell
You can smell it.
Yeah,
your
you regain-
senses
yeah.
come
But you
back.
don't realize you smell the same way.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. Whenever you're smoking cigarettes, your sense of smell and taste is extremely diminished.
You got to be. We're going to have to be closing it up. So is there one thing that you all would like to say to people out here?
Yeah, maybe parents should teach their kids don't smoke. Don't even start vaping if you're 8 years old or somebody's all the way up to 21. Don't even start vaping.
Yeah, because some people just go straight to vaping, right?
Yeah,
They don't
some do.
smoke, so they're still getting that nicotine.
That's the biggest thing I could say is that if you are a parent, you need to do your own research and not always, trust what the news and the media is putting
Except
out.
if you're a smoking parent, I wonder what they say. Don't do as I do as I say. Don't
not
do
as
it.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you do not smoke cigarettes, don't start vaping.
No, don't.
That's my opinion. There's no reason to start using a chemical that you've never had a dependency on right now. It just does not make sense.
Well, thank you all for being here on Dianne Andrews in
Thank you
Black
for
and
having
White,
us.
and we'll continue to help shine a light on the vaping industry and tell the truth about what's going on out there with vaping. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Greg Williams. I smoked for nearly 30 years. Stopped smoking because of vaping technology. Grape drink on ice is my favorite one.
The Louisiana vaping industry employs nearly 2,500 Louisiana residents, generating nearly $500 million for the state economy. It's important that state lawmakers protect this industry that's helping countless adult smokers quit with less harmful alternatives.
Vapers, your ability to access flavors is under attack. Join CASA today and fight back.
March 9th begins Louisiana's legislative session. The Louisiana Vaping Association is asking for your help. Please contact your representatives today.
Welcome back to Dianne Andrews in Black and White, and we're going to change the topic altogether. We've been doing vaporing the last couple of weeks, and now we're going to do something very artistic, something beautiful, something for you to see that warms your heart, and your eyes will want to see this and bring you joy. With me, I have one of my very good friends, Vera Williams. She's been on the show before, and when we did the Leadership Forum. And then I have Malika Favorite, who is a Louisiana native but is a world-renowned visual artist and writer. And her work is just splendid. She is seen at LSU, Georgia, the River Road Museum, right?
Road African American Museum.
Yeah, down in Burnside. Is that where they are in Burnside? Near Donaldsonville, right?
Right.
And just all over the world, really, when I was looking at her credits. And she has a master's in fine art from LSU. She got a BFA also from LSU. And has just, her first job, it was so amazing, was when they asked you to make posters or something for your elementary education in your elementary school, which you desegregated East Ascension Parish Schools. Is that
That was
correct?
later.
Yeah, that was after you made the little posters. That was in the black school.
Well, I was making posters when I was in first grade.
But you got paid for this, didn't you? You said your first job, so I figured $3 for each, for all of them, right?
Per poster.
Oh, hey, that wasn't a bad deal. How long did it take you to make those back then?
Not long, you know, it was like apples and, you know, 5
Yeah.
apples equals.
Yeah, so you could always
I could always read
born with this talent, and you just have honed it with all your education and experience, and obviously runs in your family because your sister had to retire from art because
she's
of the
also
allergic to the
painter, right.
supplies. Okay. So, and Vera, how did you all meet? Because I know you're really into the arts and you love reading. Because
I taught American literature and writing.
Yeah.
I have a publishing company.
Right.
I saw her work through her brother,
Mm-hmm.
and it was phenomenal.
Yeah. Let's show a piece now. They've heard you and I say what we've said about it. Let's just show. Now, before we came on, I could kind of see what this meant. And this is your series. What, Malika, let's talk about this.
This is a series where I'm looking at both our ancestors, black and white, because we always talk about our black ancestors.
Yeah.
We forget that all of us, most of us have some color in here. Where did that come from?
That's
and
right.
I want to emphasize and bring out a discussion about the other side of our heritage.
I've done a show on colorism before, and the lady told me that she was dark-skinned, and everyone in her family was light-skinned.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so happy that because I had black people on it, white people, dark people, and light people on the show, so we could really talk about it. I had a psychiatrist on that show, and we talked about that kind of issue, because sometimes us blacks are worse than anyone else, dealing with people
That
of
is
different
true.
colors.
That is
and
true.
that's on the light side and the dark side. I've seen it both ways. And because, you know, I've very seen a picture of my father, and I had the ancestry done. I turned out to be about 50-50. Norwegian in 2 other countries and African in 2 other countries. So, as you say, we're all very, very mixed up in our heritages, and we should be proud of all.
All of it.
So when I saw her work online,
Yeah.
I invited her to be a part of the Celebration of Women, which was an organization I was a part of, helped to create, and she was one of the first ones.
I was there. Remember,
Yeah,
I supported
that's
you from the
right.
beginning, yeah.
That we celebrated in the arts.
Yes.
Because I was like, this is amazing work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And her book, Ascension, to me was just wonderful in terms of ascending into heaven.
Right.
And where she lived, Ascension.
Right, Ascension Parish, yeah.
Yes,
and
it
that's
was
what
phenomenal.
it was, a double entendre, as we call it in writing. Yeah, that's what we call
And
it.
you know, I was always thinking, if I'm from Ascension Parish, I need to do something with this word.
Right, right.
And I wanted to explore all the dimensions of the word ascension.
Uh-huh.
So I focused those poems on the concept of ascending, the concept of living in Ascension Parish, and that whole sense of what does it mean to ascend or ascension.
Right. I wonder if that name had anything to do with ascending when they named it Ascension Parish.
No, that was after a person, wasn't it?
The Ascension Parish, because we have Ascension, we have Assumption. It's all based on biblical, the ascension of Jesus.
Oh, so it is about
Right, it's
ascending,
biblical,
him
right.
going into the heavens.
Assumption
Yeah.
of Mary. So it was all based
Oh,
on
wow, that's
Catholic
interesting.
and
Yeah.
biblical themes.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, most of our parishes are biblical. In
Right,
that sense.
Catholic.
I caught it right away.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
wow.
Now let's show one of the other pieces. Which series is
Now,
this?
this series, this is called A Father's Love, and I do a lot of paintings using clothing. Okay, so this is an actual shirt, it was a white shirt, and so I have the shirt wrapped around the canvas, and so the shirt represents the father hugging the children or protecting the children. So all the colors in the shirt represents the difficulty he goes through, but to keep the children safe and pure.
Wow.
So that's the whole concept.
Now,
in
how
that.
this is an actual white shirt,
Yes.
a cotton shirt,
Cotton shirt.
and then what do you do?
Okay,
How do you
what
lay-
I do is I wrap the shirt around the canvas, and then I use gesso, gloss medium, so the gesso hardens it. So if you notice, it's physically hard. So the gesso makes it hard, and then as I paint on it, and then I coat it with gloss medium, so it just seals it. And so it actually becomes a hard piece of canvas.
Now, is this something that's regularly used in the arts, or is this your
This is my thing.
This is your thing. This- You made
I've
this
been
up.
doing
Yeah.
several pieces like this one. So I've been criticized as that I do a lot of women, and Susan, you never do men that much. So
Well, that was a man.
That was a man,
Yeah,
right?
that
And
was
so
a
this is
father,
another
yeah.
one. So this is a man of the people. You know, someone who's like, I would say, a leader, and he's always focusing on all of the people. So the middle section representing the people, and this section representing that figure of a leader. And he's not limited to one color of people. So he represents all colors, all
Right.
people. He's focused on serving all people.
So is
and
he like a
again, that's
minister,
shirt.
a person of God, or a spiritual person
A
who
po-
serves everybody?
politician,
A
spiritual
politician?
person, anybody who.
I don't know if I'd say those in the same sentence. the politician and the spiritual person, maybe
Let's
so.
just say a leader, like
Yeah,
let's say
yeah.
the Martin Luther King type.
Yeah,
person,
okay. Who was both? Yeah,
Right.
a minister.
Okay, and so in this one, this is called I Sing the Body Electric, and this one is like
Material
one,
also, right?
Right. This is one actual top or blouse. This is two sides of the same blouse, right?
Okay.
And when I was working on it, I had the idea to put the music in the center. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh my goodness, there's a lady in the middle. You know, so the body forms a lady's body. So it's that whole concept that.
Now, are they named? What's the
Right,
name
each
of
one.
this?
This is I Sing the Body Electric.
I sing the body electric.
From the theme song, you know, from Fame.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
Fame was based on, I think it was Wadsworth or one of those old
Authors,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lisa Grass. So anyway, so I thought about the concept of that we allow our body to be a song, that the body itself should be rejoicing. So this is the idea of the body itself rejoicing, and you being joy through music, but not necessarily walking around singing, but that your spirit has the joy
Was
of
rejoicing
song.
and-
yes.
yeah.
So you're singing.
Now you write poetry,
Yes.
not books. Because I've written 4 books, and Vera probably told you, right? I don't know if she mentioned that I'm a writer also.
Yeah, I saw it on your website.
Oh, okay, but Vera read one of them, Third Man Ain't My
Third
Fiction.
Man.
You loved it, right, Vera?
Yes,
And
it
I
was
have
good.
I have the sequel, so that'll be going on Amazon soon. I Have Revenge. And your husband, that's why I brought it up. Your
Right, right.
husband's written 7
Right.
books, fiction. He does fiction too.
Fiction and poetry.
Yeah,
Right.
and I do fiction and nonfiction.
Right.
And I write poems now.
Yeah. Now this one is actually, I incorporated portions of one of my poems in it, and this piece is called Running, and the poem itself is about about women who are always running from something. Like during slavery, we were always running, we're trying to get away, we're trying to escape, and all through life. So it starts off with this woman who's in Africa, and she's running from the captors. She's captured and she's trying to flee, and then even after freedom, she's still running because of the effects of slavery. So that there's so many women who are are constantly running from their past, running from their pain, running from
Is
their
that the 2
hurts.
colors? Is that the black and white of her life, or the black and white of the story? Or
Of the story.
Of the
yeah.
story.
Uh-huh. And so that's the idea. So I just incorporated a few little stanzas from the poem, and then that would encourage
How does the
people-
poem? Could you recite some of the poem?
let's see if I can read a piece of it. I ran with men who promised to run with me. I landed on welfare in a small town, 7 faces looking to me for food. I go to the river and I wait for the moon. I wait for the warrior who promised to return. My feet shifting mud, the 7 faces pull on me. In towns they have words for what I have become.
That's beautiful.
Isn't
Is there
that
something
amazing
else
work?
you, we're gonna
One
have to
more
be
piece.
wrapping
Oh,
it
no,
up,
we
I
did
think,
this
in
piece.
1 minute. Is there something else, Vera,
Well,
Malika?
like I said, I immediately recognized her talent,
Right.
invited her
But
on.
let's tell people though where you can be purchased and where you can be seen right now besides LSU.
Okay, right now I have a show at the Hillard Museum in Lafayette, and that will be up until the Hiller Museum in Lafayette. And that's an eclectic collection of my work. That will be up until June, I believe, and I will have 5 pieces on Adam and Eve. They're doing a show about Adam and Eve at the Biblical Museum in Monroe, Louisiana.
Oh, my old hometown here.
Yeah. And so I have 5 paintings about Adam and Eve in that
Now,
show.
where can they purchase? Because we're
Right, you
running
can
out of
purchase
time.
on my website, which is Malika Favorite at artspan.com.
Well, thanks very much for being on Dianne Andrews in Black and White and showing us your lovely work. And
Enjoyed it.
anything else we can do to help promote you, let us know. Thank you.
How do you see the world?
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into everyday miracles.
Like riding my bike.
Breaking boards. Hugging my mom.
Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
If you know a child we can help, call or go online now.
Hi, I'm Greg Williams. I smoked for nearly 30 years. Stopped smoking because of vaping technology. Grape drink on ice is my favorite one.
The Louisiana vaping industry employs nearly 2,500 Louisiana residents, generating nearly $500 million for the state economy. It's important that state lawmakers protect this industry that's helping countless adult smokers quit with less harmful alternatives.
Vapers, your ability to access flavors is under attack. Join CASA today and fight back.
March 9th begins Louisiana's legislative session. The Louisiana Vaping Association is asking for your help. Please contact your representatives today.
Light our light. As you've seen me do before in many shows, I always light a light. I saw this as a little girl growing up in northern Louisiana, a little town, Rouge, Louisiana, where I watched a show and it said if everyone lit just one little candle, what a bright world this would be. And that has stuck with me all my life. As people know, I write motivational quotes and I write motivational books. And that has stuck with me all my life. And I challenge everyone out there to light a light. And to light a light for the world, to light a light for your world. And you will notice that things will start to illuminate and change in your life as you light a light for other people. So God bless. Goodbye. Dianne Andrews. See you next week.